Hi, it's that time again. It's time for scrapbooking with Lanita. And look what I have for you today. But first, I'm going to show you. Let's see, what do I want to show you? Let's do this here. Well, while you're looking at that, I'm going to have you go away from that one. And I want to show you where this idea came from on A Garden of Memories. As you know, I like to scrounge up vintage ideas. And in my closet of stuff goodies, I found these seed packets that we had used a long time ago with pictures on them. Most of them have pictures. And it was called A Garden of Memories. And it reminded me of another page that I had done years ago with the pictures being the seed packets. And I thought, okay, it's time to resurrect that idea. So that's what I'm going to do with you today. And aren't these cute, by the way? You know, old pictures, these are real pictures, like from my relatives. So I love that. And then you can do them in color too. That's my sister. All right, let's get to the picture here. And let's do this. And I'll make this one the one you can see. Now today, I think it's super exciting because I have a lot to show you. Just a lot of different ways of doing things and things to remember as you're scrapbooking. All right, I'm going to set my keyboard aside so I don't accidentally hit a key and make us all go away. I'm going to, actually, let's start with this. If you look closely here, you'll see that the pictures are the seed packet, and the post here is what I'm putting into the ground, into my garden. So some are longer, some are shorter, different colors. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So I think that's really neat. And let's see. Oh, I'm going to start with this part. Just see if there's anything else I want to point out here before I'll point out the other things as I go along. Okay. Set that aside there. I'm going to start with the bottom base here. And what I used is the Wildflowers Border Punch. Sometimes we forget about some of the punches we have, and there are many, many uses. If you look here, I used the Grass Border Maker cartridge, but I realized that it's no longer available. And so I do have a website posted under each of my YouTube postings that has a link. It's called scrapbookingwithlanita.com. So that's pretty easy to remember, scrapbookingwithlanita.com. Ooh, I should have put it on a little ribbon here. Oh, well, I forgot. So there is this grass punch too that many of you may own. These are very similar. Even though this looks little, it's quite big. So let's turn them. See, they're very similar in size. Now, like I said, I have a couple of these left. I have a couple, maybe 2 or 3 of these left, but you can use this for both. So that's what I'm going to show you today, because I like, and here it is. This is the one that I showed last week. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago. I can't even remember when I made this one, but this is one of the ones that I showed last week or a couple of weeks ago. And this part here is grass made with this. That's what I'm going to do for this one today. All right. I have a lot of pictures chosen. And so for sure, I'm going to use this for the flowers. And then I want to use the dark for the grass. So that means I'm cutting both of them using this. And I'm going to have the stuff being caught up here. The stuff as the little punch poop stuff. Now, if you've used these punches before, I am starting on the little black line here. See that little line? And then I match them up here. And always make sure that this is also up against the edge. Okay. I don't know what it's like your way, but we had a massive snowstorm yesterday. Yet another one here in Maine. Oh, did I forget to say, in case you don't know me, I'm Lanita Medina from Camden, Maine, and I have been a scrapbooker for almost 34 years. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Wow. That's just making me really excited already. And because I've scrapbooked so long, I just seem to have a ton of ideas wandering all over the place. And I started organizing my scrapbooking room, and I just keep finding more ideas, which is good. Never-ending ideas is a good place to be. All right, so that one is the wildflower border punch. I tend to forget names, and so I wrote it down. Now, this is the one that I'm going to cut and cut some more. I'll cut both of them, but this will be, I am going to make the flowers be at 2 inches here, more or less. And then this one, I'm also going to do, I can always cut it down more. I think I'm off the camera, huh? I can always cut it down more, and I want the grass to be showing. I'll do the same. Okay. Those handy dandy scissors. And then here's where you might expect it to be a little difficult, but it's not. It's amazingly easy. Just on these where the flowers are coming up, you just want to clip them in an angle so it doesn't look all chopped off. And these, I think from what I remember, I had to cut them down a bit because they just were a little bit too long. But notice that it's pretty quick to clip these. And it most likely will be quicker when you do it at your nice little desk or wherever you scrapbook. Maybe you scrapbook on an ironing board. I don't know. When I first started, I had an old desk that somebody gave me. One of my patients, I used to do home care, IV therapy. And he said, man, I'm going to throw this desk away. And I said, oh, I would like it for scrapbooking. And it was an old antique desk, vintage, which, you know, I like vintage. I even liked then. There is the grass. Okay, I think that one needs to be down a bit. Let me see. Keep those flowers. Those may be used a little bit later. At least a few of them. Okay, the rest I can throw away. Put those over there. Throw these away. Okay. Here is this. And let's see how that works. That's perfect, isn't it? Now, it may be a little bit too much, but what I can do is just cut the whole thing. In fact, I do think it's a little bit much. So I'll just, and then, well, okay, that is yellow. That is funny looking grass. If you have a piece of light green and a piece of dark green on the same piece of paper, then you can flip it and see which one you like better. This is non-flippable. Okay. All right. So cut it a little bit more. So it's just not really long. I think that's a good. And then look, you have a strip here for something else. because I taped it together. It's multicolored too. Now, our base is done, and tape it down. You know what? I was thinking that I might want this one. Now, this is a little busier, so I'm not quite sure if I want this, but I'm going to put it down anyway. And I have this as a reserve because sometimes busier paper for pictures is not the best. So I have it as a reserve here. Now, here's the really fun part that I just had so much fun with. For your backgrounds, these are the seed packet outlines. I know that these are called mats, but for today, I'm going to call them seed packet outlines. And this one is from the Cue the Blue. I took a whole bunch of mats. I pulled out a whole bunch of mats. This is from Wide Open Spaces. I thought that might look good. Isn't it fun how our papers just go? Look how well that goes. That would be a really fun seed packet, wouldn't it? If there's a picture that is small enough to go in it, which I have a few. This is Wide Open Spaces. That would be a really fun seed packet. Cue the Blue. Cue the Blue is that one. Very fun also, because look at the, see, and then of course, Painted Garden, lots and lots of great seed packet backgrounds. This one is Cue the Blue, and I tend to like the stripes or something that is variegated for the seed packets. And then I did find some smaller pictures, and so I'll show you how I'm thinking on this. Now for Fenton here, I liked the brown lined paper because once again, it felt like a seed packet, but it could, let's just see if that fits. It doesn't make him stand out as much. This one needs to be trimmed down a bit, or it can be left like that. I'll trim it down just a bit. Not much. And then that seed packet is ready for seed. Yeah, this one I'm going to trim down. And I just want to say that all of these may not fit. I don't know. Let's see what fits, because the background, the seed packet outlines do take room. Okay, but I have small ones too. And I chose some of these because like that one has flowers. These are colorful. and I was just looking at things like this outline here. Looks like a seed packet. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. And what I am going to do is cut around the dark part here and see if it's not too big. It's always better to cut less than more in case you don't like it. And I want to talk about these strips too here. So I'm going to leave it there. And I left one of the picture strips right handy here also. All right, so that's going to be handy. So that could work. And then the writing can go there. Here's another one that can work on this one. It's just a little bit longer. I'll just cut the white out of that one. And let's see if it fits in the seed packet. This is a little bit crooked anyway. It's one that I printed from home. I hate to cut the little fingers off, but it was all crooked. So, oh man, that I did crooked too, didn't I? I wonder if my blade needs changing. I'm going to switch my blade out real quick, which by the way, this is how easy it is. And yeah, that is pretty wasted. I meant to switch it out before, but as you know, if you have blades, I'm sorry, blades. I said blade. I meant mat. You have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you can store another one under here. That one looks really dirty and it's all sticky. You can see why I have a sticky mat on my sticky mat hack. a few videos back, probably a few months back. So because I'm going to be doing a lot of cutting here, and I forgot to do this earlier, I'm going to also put a new blade in. Then it should cut like butter. No more crookedness. Okay. Oh yeah, so nice. Okay, if something starts not cutting well or cutting little fingers off that you don't want to cut off, then go ahead and change your blade. And there's just a little bit too much white on that partial white. Go ahead and change your blade and your mat. Sometimes both, sometimes one, sometimes the other. All right, now it's ready to go in here. Now this one has a little bit of a different seed packet look, but doesn't it look like a seed packet? I think it does. Oops, oops. Guess I didn't tape it down as well as there. Just press on it a little bit more. And again, it may be that I'll need to cut these down a little bit more, but for now, I'll go this way. All right, there's that one. And not sure if the, oh, you know what, this one, that has the excellent colors. Now here's another tip. Oh my goodness, y'all, you are going to get so many tips today. Are you ready for tips galore? I don't like that oval there. Like, it would work on some, but to me, it's going to take away from it. And so I'm going to cut this in half, or sort of in half. And I'm going to tape it to each other. And I don't know where I need it to be taped to, but let's see if that's too big. Too little? Just tape it a little bit more, make it a little bit smaller. So I just made my mat smaller. And there you go. That's how, or you could cut that part off. You know, you could cut that off, but I was just being in a hurry. Now, do I have that straight? When I cut these out with scissors, it's not always the best, is it? Okay, and then just cut here. This is what takes the longest. And you may at this point be getting your pictures out, or your vast array of supplies, and you may be getting ready to do something like this too, like what I'm doing. Is your mind going all over the place on the possibilities? So fun, huh? Okay, now, ooh, that's a little bit big. Cut it down just a little bit. There. All right, lots of pictures, lots of possibilities here for this garden. They may not all fit, but it's good to have variety. Okay. Because then you can choose which one will fit better in the garden. Now notice this paper here, by the way, the variegated or ombre. Look at what he has on, what Andrew has on. If I switch this and put it that way, that's okay, but this is dark with dark, so this doesn't pop as much, and this is light with light, so it doesn't pop as much. If I switch it, just that little switch around, notice what happens to the colors on the clothing. Suddenly you can see the outline of Andrew's jacket, and then there's a contrast between the sky and this paper also. Isn't that neat how just a little bit of paper changing works? All right, so I do have a lot of pictures here. The next thing, now let's see if they will fit or not. Some of them might have to be tucked under. Some may not have stems, but maybe the little ones could go down here. I want to get everybody into the little garden here. Might have to cut that one down a little bit. All right, this is going to be cut down just a little bit. Just a teeny bit, Ben. I'm just going to cut your arm off just a little bit. Don't panic. It's okay. It's just a picture. And I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. On the little pieces of picture, cut that just a little bit more. Okay, see if that will fit better. That will be good. And because this is a garden, the seed packets are just all over the place. Notice that this garden is bigger now. Wow, I really had that down. I'm so sorry. I had it down there in my lap practically. Now you can see all the variety of seed packets. Okay, here's the fun part. And the next little thing that I can show you fun stuff about. Do y'all remember this? I know I showed it once before. If you have something like this, because I was showing how to do it with scissors, which I'll show you now also, and somebody said, oh yeah, I have one of those. So I went and dug mine out, thinking if you have yours, pull it out. Let's use it. And then what you can do is make your little poles for the seed packets, kind of like what these pictures show. It's not going to be as textured as this, but we'll try. All right. This one had a whole bunch of different sides to it, and honestly, I can't remember what was what. I did play it with. So this is what it does. Just kind of distresses it a little bit. I'm looking through the camera to see if it, yeah, you can see it. That was getting a little blurry there. But you can do the same with these scissors. And all you have to do is just, do you see how it's doing that? It does the same thing. And so don't worry if you don't have that little tool. You can do the same thing. Are you able to see that? Yeah. Now this is thick. This is a lot thicker than what I need for this seed packet. Here's a skinnier one. And because I have several, one seed, one is going to go down into the other one, or it could be, yeah, like this is just too big. Now, the other thing you can do to make it look a little more textured is just make your own texture, like, you know, bumpiness. There. That's the other thing you can do. And then texture it. And just kind of, you know, notch it, and then you can go ahead and texture it. Honestly, though, by the time it's over, like by the time you're done, you may not be able to see this, except you know that you did it. And so, of course, it gets, you know, you'll see it and you'll say, yeah, I learned that technique at Lanita's. Or I already knew it and I remember it now. Okay, so that can go there. And then let's see if I can make this one extend all the way down, which I think I can. Yes. So this is going to be a multi stick for 2 pictures. And I think I'm going to make a different, I'm going to make a different one for this one. Now, Fenton's can be a green one. That could work. The other thing that can work is using a piece of the picture that you took off from there. And for this one, I'm not going to do that, but I'll show you where I did use it. Take that off so you can, where I did use it on another one. You can use something like this. Let's see. I think I'm going to stick with the brown because I have plenty of it. I'll use some skinny brown. I'll distress these. This one. And I'll use part of what's distressed already. And then I will attach this one. And this one, I'm not going to have very much writing on it. In fact, I didn't plan ahead what I want to write on it. If you have this mat, by the way, super popular. I have it folded here because to be able to put your tape runner on, it's just so handy. Now that one, oh, this is nice and long. Yeah, this can fit right down into here. So it's going to be off that, but it's going to fit here too. Ooh, isn't this so fun? I am just getting super excited just making this. Okay, you cannot really see it. Just a teeny bit under there. I better tape it down before I show you more. This can be up a little bit. So you'll be able to see a little bit of that. And then one more. Let's see, did I? Okay, I'm going to tape those down. I'll tape those down. Tape this. Put it on my, okay, in there. Tuck it in. Get this, put it onto the side here as much as possible. Tape run around that one. Isn't that a cool little trick doing the, to join that? That's an older trick too, which probably a lot of you know. And I am going to figure out how I'm going to put the stake on this one. I'm going to put a brown one on this one also because the green is here. That may be joining too much. What other color do I have around here? Ooh, you know what I just saw here? Look at this. That has the wood texture already. Why am I not using those? I just didn't even realize it, so I'm going to do it now. The other thing you can do, and it just occurred to me just now, all your blades, like you could use the decal or the Victorian. And that, and I'm just going to do it now. See, just thought of it, but I should have known from before because we used to do this. Just forgot. It's kind of fun how things come back, huh? So that makes your wood piece textured. Make it a little skinny there. Yeah, that might be a little too skinny. And then you can distress it and see it looks white. It has white pieces because it was from one of the mats. It just makes it look a little bit more like this old, rugged, rickety piece of wood that you dug up somewhere to put onto your plants or seed packets. Okay, I went off the camera to put that down. This one is not taped yet. Okay, I think there's room for all these very cute little precious pictures. There we go. And then this, maybe I need to bring it down more. Yes, how far down? Yeah, that works well. Ooh, good thing I didn't get tape runner on that. And this little flower is going to go above that picture. And then, did I get, yeah, there. Tape, tape, tape. This is going to tuck in here and be a little tilted. And there is the garden, the garden of memories, or I'll show you some other options here. When I mentioned that you can keep these, oh, and by the way, this paper is not too busy. Like I said, I was a little bit worried that it would be too busy. I have some other spares just in case. But if you want, you can add some of these yellow ones. You can just put a few right there. That could be a yellow. And I'm looking through the camera. I would have to do it evenly. Maybe I'll do a little cluster of 3 there. And yeah, now how does it go, huh? There. And I'm going to offset it a little bit so that it looks like there are other colors underneath. And then here's a cluster of 2. Where could that go? Here's a better cluster. Let me see where that can go. Let's see, cluster of 2. Where is that? Would that be there maybe? Oh, here. This is a puzzle. You guys, this is a real puzzle here because I actually don't know where they go. Oh, could it be this? Oh, I know because I haven't. It would be that. No. Yeah, it's that one, but I want it backwards. And so I may need to put it wherever I feel like it. And one more just so that it's even. And then I'll just put one here. Isn't that funny how? All right, that's going to go right there. There. Now you have a few little more, is that the right word? A few more little flowers ready for your labeling. And when you label, this is what I wanted to show you. For example, here, I put here Ramona, firstborn variety, Ender, little brother variety, and then Ramona the Brave is that variety there. Did I get to show that under the camera? I'm not sure. So, and there's that. So those are the seed. That's what's growing here in this garden. Here it may be a little bit harder to put the varieties on there, but did you know that you can use pictures to write on also? This isn't the right place, but I don't think, yeah. But I'll show you how you can, you can literally just write, what do I want to say? I will say Fenton. Labradoodle. Oh, maybe he's a mini doodle variety. And you know what? It stays. Isn't that great? It stays. You can write on pictures and use those as your decorations. By the way, this really does look like, I'm looking at it. This really does look like one of those in the picture over there. This not as much, but we didn't do too bad on that one. I like it. The other thing you can do, let me just look over here. Oh, this one. Take a look at this one. I'm going to set that one aside. Here is this one, just to show you that you can do the same thing with any type of pictures. So these are winter pictures. And so I just made a garden of snow. And this embellishment right here, it's a laser cut. That is from the National Scrapbook Day embellishments for this year. And then this vellum is the Cue the Blue. So can you see? Yeah, you can see that it's a clearer. I can just see if I have a scrap around here. If it's a clearer, you can see that it's a vellum. Also, because I tore here the vellum and I wanted the white to show through, then I had that left over. So I just left it and I had this left over. And so I left the ripped seed packets because isn't it true that, we used to rip open the seed packets. We weren't cutting them. We ripped them open. So it felt like it was authentic. And then for this one, I put one of the quotes, and this one was one I found in one of my old things. All the flowers of all the tomorrows are the seeds of today. And the O's, some of the O's, maybe all, not one there, but a lot of the O's are flowers. Some are raised and some are not. And then I do want to show you this one here. For this flower, I needed a small one. So I ended up fussy cutting it out of something like this. All right. And then this is the coolest trick ever. So watch. I know I've been on here a long time. I haven't even timed myself, but look at this. You can take a piece here. You don't even need scissors. Just pull it and then just do this. Watch this magic. Blip. And there it is. Now you have a little cluster of leaves. Isn't that so fun? Is there anywhere here that I could put my little cluster? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, you can see how fun that is to use some of your strips like that. So I wanted to show you, in case you have stuff around, you can use any of these like for stems. Okay, those are really good. Look at this one. How many of you have Under the Willows left? Well, I thought I did. Where did I put it? Oh, let's see. Well, Under the Willows has these really cool strips. Here it is. I thought these look just like what we made. Look, it even has the little bottom that has, I know this can look like tape, but this could actually be one of those stakes that you need for your flowers. So those will work really well. You probably have a lot of things that work for flowers. So play with those, and even like look at this out here. And if I needed something to match that would coordinate with the winter scene, these are from the Totally Tonal Blue stickers. So pretty. I don't need more here, but if I needed it, look how pretty that would look. Okay. Your pictures are your decoration on this. And let's see, where did I use? Oh, that's what I wanted to show you here. This strip that is the stick for the seed packet, this is part of the picture that I cut off of here. If you look closely, you see the snow trees down here, and up here there are snow trees too. So that's what I cut off there, and I used it as one of the sticks. And then this piece here, that's where I figured out I could cut using a picture. I wanted something that matched exactly, and I found I had a leftover piece from that. So that is part of the picture also. I just used that to write on. And then these are from our journal papers. And I keep my journal papers all together in one folder so that I can choose. And so I was like, this looks like wood. Isn't that fun? I don't remember what paper that's from, but when I keep them all together in here, then I have all sorts of colors that I can choose from. And like I said, vellum, you have a lot of vellum that works. I found this Sparkle and Shine, and I thought, ooh, that would make really good backgrounds for seed packets. Isn't that a great background? It's a black, it looks earthy. It's brown, not earthy, earth tones. This one is earthy also, kind of like clouds or bubbles. And these are just very good colors that are transparent, translucent, that work really good on seed packets. Like this one. And here I kept with a theme of winter. But I did highlight this one in pink because Chris is having a girl. So this is a 40 weeks variety. And right there, she's 14 weeks. And she's doing a handstand when I think that was 20 weeks pregnant there, where she's doing a handstand out in the middle of Alaska. Isn't that fun? So here is where I will write about my little seedlings here and my garden of memories. These letters, I wanted to show you what letters work. These are from the Tropic Time. And I feel like we tend to put these away in a place where it's like, oh, this is Tropic Time, let me put these here. Well, take them out and put them with your letters, because you'll find so much that you can do with them. The others that would be good to use would be these, because they're tall and stately. The letters are. These would be good. These are the ones that go with Cue the Blue. If I didn't have as much as writing as I wanted to, I would have used these. I think these are really pretty, and it's the variegated. The other ones that would be really good are these, the grid sands. Look at those colors. Those are so, so pretty. And these actually are still for $5. So that's a really good price because normally they're $9. All right. So much fun stuff. Thank you for watching. I am going to get back to say goodbye. Grab my, let's see, I'll put those aside, that aside. I want you to be able to stay seeing these things. That and this. This is the one we made. So that way you can see them there. And I will just say goodbye. And I want to thank you for scrapbooking with Lanita today. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, you guys, you know, I have over 800 subscribers. So excited because I have something special I'm going to do when we get to 1,000. So meanwhile, between now and then, I'm going to have some fun little incentives so that you can share with your friends. Share my YouTube channel with your friends and say, hey, watch some fun techniques for scrapbooking, for card making. And so I will be showing that probably next week or the week after. And also, I am going to post my discontinued site, scrapbookingwithlanita.com, if you want anything from there. And thank you for watching. So there we go. Thank you for watching A Garden of Memories. Goodbye.